Welcome to the Care for Kūpuna podcast, where we dive into health, wellness, and vibrant living of our cherished kupunas. We are thrilled to take you on a journey exploring everything from health and wellness tips, deeply rooted in the spirit of Hawai'i, to navigating the intricacies of retirement, preserving our rich culture heritage, and fostering vibrant communities for our elders.
Whether you're a kupuna yourself, a family member, a dedicated caregiver, or simply someone passionate about supporting and uplifting our elders, this podcast is for you. Each episode is crafted with love and the intention to inspire, inform, and celebrate the golden years. So sit back, relax, and join us on this meaningful journey as we care for our kupuna. Aloha listeners, thank you for joining us on this week's Care for Kūpuna, where we care for our kupuna. I'm Trina.
And I'm Lani.
And we are your Kūpuna Care Girls. Today we have a very special show. We have a guest, Carl Powell, today, the owner and operator of Grow with Carl. Carl, will you introduce yourself and how you help the senior community here in Hawaii?
My name is Carl Powell. First, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. I'll start off slowly. I'm so happy to be here today because, like I said, I'm so happy to meet like-minded people, because caring for the kupuna is one of the most important things that we do, not only for the kupuna, but for ourselves. Mm-hmm. Because one day we're all going to be kupuna, and how we translate that message, that we take care of each other, that we stay connected with each other, that we age with grace, that we help each other age with grace. When we share that message, then that message will resonate. And that's the reason I do what I do, is I really want that message to resonate, that as people, all of us need care. And so kupuna need a little bit more care. They need a little bit more motivation sometimes. And it's beautiful to have people that want to do that. My name is Carl Powell. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania a long time ago. I've lived all over the world, and I started my exercise program when I was 20 years old. So 43 years ago, I started teaching aerobic exercise. And then I taught aerobic exercise for years. Then I started training other instructors to teach aerobic exercise. As I got a little bit older and a little bit more wise, I started to do more things like yoga and meditation, things that brought me closer to myself. And I realized that what was so beautiful about my experience is, as I aged and grew, that's why my business is named Grow with Carl, my clients have aged and grew with me. So many of my clients, I've had 20, 25 years. So we started off as young people, and now we're old people, not old people, but older people, wiser people. But we also want different things for our bodies and our minds. And it's so important. So the reason that I do what I do is because I know how important that care is. And the reason that I asked you to come on today and it contacted you is because I love to see people who are trying to pull something together that's for a positive goal and doing it just out of the love of their heart.
Thank you so much for being on. So we definitely see where your passion is and why you started the business and your organization. Definitely out of, like a resource for yourself and for others, right? Because you have such a big heart that you wanted to share it. Are you located here on Hawaii Island, or?
I'm on the island of Maui.
Maui. Wow, Maui. You guys got some good resource there.
We have good resources, but one of the problems is people don't know all of the resources that are available. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I do is I work through the AARP, just promoting health and wellness through the AARP. I do workshops here on the island for people, just talking to them about the 6 pillars of brain health and how to keep your brain healthy, about stress reduction, about breath work, about meditation, about eating right. So I do those lectures around the island. And then also for the AARP, I do online classes through Zoom, where in January, I think we had 3,000 people register for our first session.
Oh,
and
and
they were from all over the country. And it was really a beautiful thing. So this has been probably the most interesting part of my journey. I've done a lot of different things, but this, for some reason in my world, in my life right now, is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm sure of it.
That's amazing. Wow, 3,000.
Yeah, wow.
We'll get there, right, Trina? No.
Yes.
So Carl, wow. I feel like we need to replicate you for, to have you on each island, but that's good to know that you can do things on Zoom and people can join you to do these exercises. Can you share with us a testimony or a group of seniors that you work with that, pops in your mind, like how you inspired them or how they inspired you?
So I have an online Zoom group. Many of those women have been with me 20 plus years. And what I know is they don't only come for the exercise, they come for the camaraderie. And that's the beautiful thing. I start my Zoom early, 10 minutes early, and I don't even go on. I just let them sit in the room and talk to each other. And through that, they've become a community. They've helped each other through illnesses, through their husband's illnesses, through loss. And that is so that community is so important when you're a senior, because a lot of us sit home by ourselves and we don't have a big community of people to reach out to. So I love that through the Zoom, I'm able to create that atmosphere where they come in, they sit back and they talk to each other. They learn about each other's lives, who their husbands are. I have clients today, they were talking, my clients in Maryland are driving to meet my clients in New York because they've never actually met in person. So they've only seen each other in the Zoom room. And so they're so excited. The 9th or 8th of May, they're all going to drive someplace and get together and have lunch and finally get to meet each other in person. So that's the thing that makes a difference, is now they don't even need me, unfortunately.
Wow.
But that's great, because that makes them a community and not just a couple of people coming in to take an exercise class.
Definitely.
You definitely influence that, that community. There's a lot of seniors out there who are lonely or alone, and they don't have that interaction. So this is so important for, for anyone. I mean, when we whenever I go into the office and I see Trina, my energy level is just different and so, so alive. So it does make a difference when you're, exercising, especially with someone or looking, they probably look forward to your, your exercises, Carl. So that's amazing.
The first most dangerous thing for a senior is to fall, because once a senior falls, their health in general will begin to digress, because different things happen in your body when you're a senior. So falling is really a thing that we want to watch. But the second most important thing is loneliness, because seniors get so lonely. And I do the thing called EFT tapping, which is having a conversation with yourself while tapping different acupressure points on your body. But what is so important about that process is it's acupressure and tapping. There's also the psychological thing where I talk to people and I talk people into positive ways of thinking. Even though I fear being older, today I love and accept myself fully. And when you start to have those positive conversations with yourself, it resonates in your life and every part of your body, because your body hears what you say. And I'm going to say that one more time. Your body hears what you say. If you say, I hate my thighs, your thighs hate you. You know what I mean? If you say my stomach is so terrible, your stomach says, you know what? I'm going to get bigger. Just because you hate me, I hate you. I'm going to get bigger, because it's all the way you talk to yourself. And that helps with dementia and all of those things. Positive self-talk. We all need it. We all need to practice it. Even when you're young, like you ladies, we all need to practice it. We need to wake up in the morning and say, this is going to be a magnificent day. And then truly believe that. And no matter what falls into that magnificent day, because not everything's going to be magnificent. It's not. You're going to get stuck in traffic. That's not magnificent. But you know what? Maybe in that moment, tap in and talk to yourself. I'm stuck in traffic. Even though I'm stuck in traffic, I know that where I'm going is so important that I don't mind the wait. You talk yourself into a more positive way of thinking, because your body reacts to the way you speak to it.
Yeah, thank you for that reminder. We all need to look at that silver lining. So important to switch our mindset. And so how can we reach you, Carl? I know there's a lot of listeners out there who now their ears are perked. They want to reach out to you. How can we reach you?
Well, I'm easy to reach. I have my website, carlpowell.com, CarlPowell.com. I'll send you that information. I'm on Facebook with Carl Powell, Grow with Carl on Instagram, I have a YouTube page where if people want to come and take my practice and just learn it absolutely free, you can go to my YouTube page, Grow with Carl. So if you're looking to grow with Carl, you can look me up in Google. I Google very well, and you can find the programs. And I do have free programs for people to try. Because for me, although I need to make a living, this is Hawaii, and Hawaii is expensive. So you need to live. What's more important is getting that message out there. So I don't mind if somebody finds the message for free, because sometimes it may not be with me. Maybe you might find breath work and meditation from me, and then find a provider who's close to you who you can actually go to. Mm-hmm. And so I really believe that sometimes just leading to people to how you can be better. How can you grow? Because I say every day we're either growing and thriving or wilting and dying. And the choice is ours. We can either choose to keep growing, keep thriving. We can just let ourselves sit there and wilt and die. Mm-hmm. And the options, not great. You do really want to breathe better, have better circulation, and exercise is not hard. Not all exercise is hard. And I want seniors to understand that some of the exercises we do, we just sit there and breathe, laugh, touch our face, hold ourselves. Exercises as simple as that, but they're important and they're necessary. So I really want people to be able to find something that works for them that is age appropriate to help them age with grace.
Oh, thank you so much for taking the time today and being part of our Care for Kūpuna podcast, Carl. I'm sure a lot of folks listening to this is going to find true value in what you provide for the community. And so every podcast, we like to end with a quote. And today's one, I feel, fits very perfectly for those second guessing the exercise question. The quote is, "Now that I've become a senior, everything's starting to click for me. My knees, my back, my neck. So get up and move."
And as Carl says, age with grace, right? So thank you, Carl, for joining us again. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in today. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, for liking us, following us on Facebook. And we're going to add Carl's information as well. Don't forget to tune in every Thursday for new episodes. We are your Kūpuna Care Girls, where aloha meets wisdom, right, Carl? One podcast at a time. Until next week, ahui ho.
Ahui ho.
Mahalo for joining us on this episode of Care for Kūpuna, where we explore health, wellness, and vibrant living for our cherished Kūpunas. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insights.
Remember, your support can make a difference. 20% of all proceeds from our podcast go to a nonprofit organization here in Hawaii dedicated to helping seniors in our community. If you'd like to contribute, visit our website at www.carewithak4kupuna.com and make a donation.
Are you a brand or business looking to align with our mission? Consider sponsoring our podcast. Visit our website for more information on sponsorship opportunities.
For those with stories to share, we invite you to be a guest speaker on our podcast. Head over to our website to express your interest and become part of the conversation.
Last but not least, stay connected with us by subscribing to our email list and following us on social media at Care for Kūpuna with a K. Join the Care for Kūpuna community to stay updated on all things related to health, culture, and creating vibrant communities for our elders.
We appreciate your time and look forward to welcoming you back on the next episode of Care for Kūpuna.